It's always weird up here in Portland because there are both seagulls and crows. And I feel like that's an unlikely combination. What do you think, Toph? Thank you. This will be unfathomably helpful to my research. Are you alright with being interviewed, sir? What do you think about the crow situation up here in Portland? Well, that's a controversial opinion, but I respect it. How about seagulls? Sir, there's no need to get upset. Taking a stand against seagulls, I see. Wow. Truly an opinionated individual. Pleasure to meet you. Excuse me if I just dissociate there. Turns out much easier to do all of this with a mop than it is to do with the tiny little brush that I'd used the past time I cleaned my apartment. This will certainly bring back memories. Really getting down to the exciting parts of life, aren't we? And this is the enormous seal plush I bought for myself because I couldn't help myself. Or actually, it was a big help to myself, but mostly to Tom since he enjoys sleeping on it. There is so much cat hair on my bed. Price of having a small animal love you, I guess. I haven't taken my meds today. That's an important thing to remember. Taking medication. I am clearly very neurotypical and my memory works great. Oh. I was wondering why my library card would be out of my purse. It's a key I've accidentally stolen to Hyatt Place. This is the most insignificant thing in the world, but I have been fighting with the candle in the next room. I've been wanting to light it and just leave it, and the matches will not strike. Every time I get them to strike, they burn too quickly and I have to blow them out. Every time I've gotten it down to the wick, it lights, I blow out the other thing that's about to scorch my hands off, and then either the match breaks or the wick goes out. And I've been losing my mind. I think that might be the definition of insanity, actually. I've been expecting a different result from like 15 or 16 different matches. It hasn't worked. It's the interesting thing. Passionate about life in general, I can take it or leave it. Not being able to light a candle, worst thing imaginable. I'll raise my voice, I'm here, I'm telling you all about it. Really got my priorities in order. The most important part of every keyboard cleaning is to shake it like it owes you money. I found footage of myself recently of the things I'd filmed on my dad's MacBook when I was 9. And I've realized many things have changed, but many things have also stayed the same. And one of my greatest discoveries was that I have been doing the awkward little thumbs up thing when I don't know what to say for literal years. Over a decade. But also, having gone back to a school for the first time in quite a few years, I've started exhibiting behaviors I thought I was over. Forgetting things, procrastinating, and getting easily stressed, dissociating, that sort of thing. And I've realized a lot of the things that I perceive as sort of childish are just human stress responses. I'm just slightly more... I hate it, because I think of, I don't know, being sensitive is something I was called all the time, and usually that was a way for adults to say, shut up, I'm doing something else, your problems aren't real. Which fortunately my parents never really did to me. But boy, everyone in school, huh? You exhibit symptoms of neurodivergence and come up to you, school board, hey, you're exhibiting symptoms of neurodivergence in school, and it's causing you to have difficulty. Oh, so that means you'll help me and you'll adapt to my own schedule. When I have difficulty, you can come in and explain. That's what you're planning to do, right? Adjust to my sensitivities? No, it's emotional abuse, but close though. And it turns out that, like, I've got this board where I just write down the things that I have to do, and then I just don't forget them. Like, I just look over and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing, and then I can, like, mentally prepare myself, because it sort of breaks that boundary of, like, the weird time perception where I'm like, things are either now or not now. And not now, I will never do until it immediately becomes now. Until a very helpful person, and they helped me to just be okay with planning life, since I don't function the way that people who just keep things in their mind can. But it turns out all those years in class, all those years here, I'm not stupid, I'm just forgetful, and once you find a workaround for that, it's a lot easier to, I don't know, like there's so many easy ways to function and incorporate different fun things, but you never get taught about those, or never told about them, because it's not the right way to do it. And here I am, top of the world now, cleaning cat hair and beef jerky from my floor. One day you too can overcome your difficulties and make a bed. It's got a little fantasy bridge. algae and all that. It really is a cool place. Very squishy ground. Cute, fairy tale-like, and vaguely haunted. It's a cute little place. Very fantasy. Small issue being that everything in here creaks. The bed, the chairs, the table, this couch. And their water smells like sulfur. So that wasn't my favorite part of it, but there's a really cute little coffee shop by here. The woods are very pretty. There's a sudden thump that happens occasionally. And turning on the shower sounds like a jet engine taking off. But yeah. Despite all the little things, it's been a nice way to try something new. Probably going to go for a little bit of a walk later. And there's a really cute little coffee shop, Revive Espresso. And they make a very good chai, and I'm going to try their French toast bagel egg sandwich. Yep, that's what I'm going with. Okay, good. Talking to myself in an empty room. Having a great time, unsure of my video cameraing skills. Yep. Bye. Waiting in the car, feeling cold. I am longing for French toast. And questioning what a brevet is. It's a weird balance trying to be content. Especially when I'm having my own issues solving that particular problem for myself. But trying to feel content amidst horrible events I cannot hope to stop on my own. And I know that worrying doesn't help, but it feels like not doing something is cruel of me, or other people seem very invested in things they also cannot solve. And I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like all of my problems are made mundane by the knowledge that other people have been through worse. It feels silly of me to hear about someone else's problems and then take seriously my own sort of muted understanding of it. And I definitely still feel emotions and other things. That's not a very convincing way to say that. I'm not sure I'd pass the Turing test. But I don't know, it's difficult when there aren't really... when you can't look to other people to learn from them or to know what to do. So I'm definitely not the only one, but I'm the only one experiencing this unique blend of genetics and time, place, current emotional experience. Subject lost. Yeah, I tripped and threw the camera. You can't see it, but the Osmo Pocket is looking up at me forlornly, like a robot asking its creator why. It's the last thing you see before you die. Hey there. You're so little. It is weird, I tend to find robots and animals a little more endearing immediately than I do people. Talking to people now, presumably, if I'm, a real person, and so are you. But see a person and I'm like, oh, hey, other person, I acknowledge you. Have a good life. But I've got my little robot buddy here that's filming for me, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute! Hello! I want to feel comfortable just being alive. Because that's the thing, I think. A lot of people look to their relationships with others to find what they want out of life. And the obvious advice I hear often is, it doesn't have to be about other people. You can find the things that you really like, and I don't really have those. Everything I like is of mild interest. But I want to feel excited to do something. Like my actions are permanent, but not permanently bad. Not in the way of messing something up. In a way in which I can't repair. And that was a lot of words for a simple thing to say. But it's like, I really like people. I just don't connect. It's not that I don't understand. Because I do. I can see all the behaviors, mimic all of them. Half of it is my natural reaction. So I'm not entirely divorced from the concept. It's just, I never feel comfortable around people. It's like there's always something. And it's not even a conscious... I don't know, it's not like I'm afraid of anyone. It's not like I dislike their company, I'm just... something always feels off. And I have to wonder what the experience is like to look at another human being and feel something, feel fine, have an entirely positive experience with someone when you're talking to them. Because I really want that connection and care, and I care about my friends, I wish them the best, but I never feel real. Feels like I guess it sort of feels like they're all NPCs, but not in any sort of derogatory way. Nothing negative. It's just that they belong to this world and I don't. Which, I do. But I'd rather find out I was a normal alien than a broken person. Not broken, I suppose, just an unusual defect. I want my French toast so bad. Maybe. I feel like I say a lot of things just to try them out and see if they feel like anything or if they become true once I've said them. And I try and be as honest as possible at every moment. But every time I look over my footage again, I don't relate to that person. I don't know what she's thinking or why. It's not exactly precisely how I feel, and other people tend to interpret that space and silence in a way that makes sense to them, that there must be something deeper to it. I don't think it really is that deep. There isn't some hidden something implied by my words. I genuinely don't know what I'm just. But I think a lot of people, when interacting with me, tend to put more meaning into my actions than I do. And I want to know how they experience the world. Like, is it really that vibrant and intense? I don't know if I'll include this or not. I guess some of it's sparked by watching my parents really enjoy an experience that nature is beautiful, going somewhere nicely decorated makes them feel at ease being out in nature. Feel kind of ambivalent both ways. That's what ambivalent implies. I am great at words today. I never expected myself to be the vlog sort of person. Definitely much more into video games and movies, reactions, things like that. Might get back into that. I don't know. I'm rambling about garbage and I feel insecure about all of it. And it's hard to know what's of interest to other people and nothing's really of interest to me. And I don't even know if that's true, because I do have mild interest and I want that. It's real even if it's not something more, but I want to feel better. That's everything I'll ever say, condensed. I want to feel better. And I don't want anyone else to ever feel bad for me. I showed my previous video to my parents, turned around and they were in tears. Sometimes my own feelings impact me emotionally. But I find it pretty quick to move on. I have distractions and things. And so I don't want anyone to ever feel bad for me. Feel like there's something you could be doing, but it's not anyone's fault. And that's not it's not anyone's fault where it's I'm deluding myself and don't want to make people upset. It really just isn't. I don't know. I feel like if I were anything different, I wouldn't be me. Comes and goes. Alright, now it's legitimately been 20 minutes, so my parents could hurry up and get back in the car. Even that's fake, I don't care that much. I'm just slightly hungry. I'm used to being slightly hungry because I always forget to eat. And it's just one of those physical sensations that, like, I could pay attention to it, but there's nothing to do about it at the moment, so it's not like it really matters to me. Oh, they're coming back. French toast, French toast, French toast. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I was even thinking, I was like, well, I may not be up for 4, 6, whenever the sun rises. But, yeah. I used to be up when the sun rises, not because I woke up then, but because I was going to sleep then. But, could not capture it this time. And so I thought, well, if I can't get up for that, then I can, film the sun going down, play it in reverse, haha, funny clip. Still can't manage that. Every time it's too foggy or cloudy, it's raining, there's always something. And I miss the timing of it. Started renovating some old projects, so maybe we'll see those. No timeline though, because I don't trust myself, procrastination-wise, to be able to put anything out on time. Yeah. Next one is eat a healthy meal. Does tea count? I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what's healthy. And a lot of health food and diet culture is actually just promoting disordered eating. I don't know. I find it helpful to think of food as like the calories are batteries. I wouldn't want something half charged. So, gotta fuel up even when I don't feel like it. And anything that keeps my body going sufficiently is a healthy meal to me. I'm delaying the inevitable. I have wisdom tooth surgery on the 5th. It is currently the 3rd. So I've been... I don't know. Strangely not feeling much. I don't know if I'm just anticipating the amount of pain I'll be in incorrectly, but... Wow, been here before. No use worrying about things that haven't happened yet. I keep worrying there's the small... It's not really worry, it's more of a hint of concern. That, like, oh, I was experiencing some, like, weird pain, or, like, pain behind my eye, or, like, different things. Weird amounts of dizziness or feeling sick, all that. Kind of the way I started feeling when I started taking fluoxetine, or Prozac, for the first time. Not as bad, or the dizziness is definitely less than that time, but keep theorizing that I'm like, oh, something's going to go, wrong or horrible, and I'm like, they're gonna remove my wisdom teeth and anesthesia, and I'm gonna die. I don't know. Or just wake him in a hospital, in which case I feel like that one would be more embarrassing, and I don't know why. I like a lot of things, and I know it's irrational, but anything even slightly personal, I'm like, you can never know. My friends are like, I like you, and I'm like, well, I like them too, but they can't know that or I'll die. What else has changed? I participated in a scientific research experiment. Just an online survey. And they had said, you can sign up for the optional raffle, and I was like, cool, whatever, I'll take a chance. Yesterday, or the day before that, received an unmarked letter in the mail. And had completely forgotten about the survey, so... I wasn't worried until my mom was suddenly like, maybe it's anthrax, and then I was like, well, maybe it is. Until I looked at the stamp that said it was from the same place in New Zealand. And I opened it, and it turned out to be a little card saying thank you. So, That was neat. And not death. Yep. I need to reheat my tea. I always let my tea go cold. I feel like I haven't been doing much these days. Been skipping days showering and all that. Alright. It's been a long week or so, I think. Got my wisdom teeth out. They're still a little bit of sore. Yeah. They're still a little bit sore. Most of the swelling's gone down. Thankfully not as painful as I was expecting it to be. Wasn't incapacitating or anything. I just basically took some arnica and ate a bunch of pudding and ice cream. I was also expecting, I was like, oh, this will be interesting content. You know, like everyone gets all loopy when they're on, like, the anesthesia, I guess. Yeah, when they're going in for surgery, wisdom tooth surgery, everyone's like, oh, you know, you come out and you're like loopy and you say a bunch of things and like everyone's telling me their stories and like, oh, you know, I was just sobbing and it was just like I told everyone I loved them. It was all that, kept making peace signs. I was kind of interested. I was like, maybe this is something that alters my like crushing sense of sobriety at all points in time. It did nothing. I just sat there and I was like, well, it's a little harder to drink water now, my throat's killing me, and, meh. So I just sat there stone-faced, nothing happened.